Hello everybody, and welcome back to Enemy Archives, where enemies from the Legend of Zelda series are brought into the light. Today we'll be featuring another reptile enemy, and a little known one at that. This time, Dynalfos take the spotlight. Dynalfos are similar to Lizalfos, but they are usually much more fearsome opponents. They have appeared in 3 main series games, 2 of which had their names spelled differently. Regardless of how Dynalfos is spelled, it's clear that while Lizalfos are obviously meant to be lizard enemies, Dynalfos are meant to be dinosaur enemies. In terms of appearance and combat skills, they look like fancy versions of the lesser Lizalfos, but don't be deceived. Dynalfos are quite dangerous. Now that we know what we're dealing with, let's get started on today's video. Enemy Archives Dinolfos. Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time introduced many enemies to the Zelda series, and among those enemies were Dynalfos. They serve mainly as a more powerful variant of Lizalfos, being significantly tougher and stronger, though acting much the same. Dynalfos only appear in the Gerudo Training Ground and in Ganon's castle, so it's possible that they have ties to the Gerudo and even Ganon himself. Appearance-wise, they look much more impressive than Lizalfos, having spikes all over and better looking swords and armor. In combat, Dynalfos are some of the most tricky enemies in the game. Several occasions will have Link fighting 2 Dynalfos at a time, sometimes alongside other enemies. In the Gerudo Training Ground, Link is forced to beat 2 Dynalfos in a minute and a half, which isn't too hard until the nearby Beamos notices Link. Dynalfos are also very nimble, dodging away from attacks and leaping over Link frequently. They attack with swords, stopping to swing at Link. However, like Lizalfos, interrupting an attack will make the Dynalfos jump and stab at Link from behind. For extra movement, Dynalfos frequently jump back and forth, making them harder to hit. Thankfully, Dynalfos aren't terribly common, so you don't have to worry about being ambushed by them. Much. Majoras Mask. Like many other enemies, Dynalfos reappeared in Majora's Mask to once again take on the Hero of Time. This time around, Dynalfos became much more common, appearing in the Woodfall Temple, the Snowhead Temple, the Secret Shrine, and even on the Moon. They also left behind Lizalfos, who were too embarrassed to be topped by the Dynalfos once again. However, unlike many enemies who were brought over from Ocarina of Time, Dynalfos got some upgrades in Majora's Mask. The first major difference is in weaponry, where these Dynalfos wield impressive scimitars instead of small swords. The graphics in Majora's Mask also took a slight step up, so Dynalfos appeared somewhat more refined as well. Last, but absolutely not least, Dynalfos gained a powerful new ability. They could breathe fire! The first time a Dynalfos shows up in Majora's Mask is in the Woodfall Temple. A single Dynalfos serves as a sub-boss of this dungeon, and right off the bat, he shows off his new fire breath to Link. While Dynalfos in Majora's Mask fight similarly to how they fought in Ocarina of Time, these Dynalfos react differently to being hit. If Link attacks a Dynalfos, it will immediately retaliate with a stream of fire, forcing Link to dodge quickly or suffer the consequences. Alternatively, Dynalfos can completely dodge an attack, leaping over Link and slashing him from behind. As a Deku Scrub, Link can stun a Dynalfos with his basic attack, but this deals no damage and is largely unhelpful since Deku Link is weak to fire. With their incredible strength, agility, and their ability to breathe fire, Dynalfos make formidable opponents for a large part of the game. Twilight Princess. By the time of Twilight Princess, Dynalfos reached their peak combat performance, being some of the best defended creatures in the game. However, Dynalfos only appear in a few Twilight Princess locations, much like in Ocarina of Time. They can be found in the Temple of Time, the City in the Sky, the Cave of Ordeals, and Hyrule Castle, and they guard these locations fiercely. They are clad in metal armor, with spiked tails and metal shields for extra defense. Dynalfos are also surprisingly nimble, despite all of this armor, and can roll quickly out of the way if they are attacked while knocked down. While Dynalfos from Majora's Mask could breathe fire, it seems that these Dynalfos lost that ability. Of course, they more than make up for this with their impressive combat skills. One way a Dynalfos may attack is by first swinging its massive spiked tail, and immediately following up with a blow from its axe. The first attack can knock away Link's shield, and if Link doesn't immediately defend, the second blow can easily knock down Link. Dynalfos can also simply attack with their axe or tail, and can even jump to Link if he is too far away. But there are a few tricks to fighting Dynalfos. Many hidden skills can be useful, such as the shield attack and the helm splitter. The backslice sometimes works, but Dynalfos are pretty good about dodging that kind of attack. Certain items are really effective too, like the bow and arrow. If you're at long range, the bow can be especially useful for defeating Dynalfos. Even the spinner can be used against Dynalfos, although I wouldn't exactly recommend it. Alright, let's take care of Quizness. That was a bad pun. Let's see how the last quiz went. It looks like none of the answers were for A, 37% of the answers were for B, 50% of the answers were for C, and 12% for D, with nobody guessing the mysterious E. As it turns out, C, the Earth Temple, was the correct answer. Thank you to everyone who participated. Now, let's check out today's quiz. Here's the question. Where does Link fight Dynalfos on a time limit? A, the Gerudo Training Ground. B, the Temple of Time. C, Dodongo's Cavern. Or D, the Fire Temple. Once you think you have the right answer, click or tap the small white card in the corner of the screen. These answers will be revealed in the next Enemy Archives episode, so if you answer soon, they should be counted. We've still got plenty of reptiles to go, so if you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. The next episode should be out 2 weeks after this one, so keep an eye out. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time you're in the Legend Zone.